Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Solomon's Level X, and we're back here in Pokemon Masters to review the new grid expansion for Marshal and Conkeldurr. So, looking at their base kit here, obviously they don't have too much. Drain Punch, that's good damage, so actually keep that in mind. Gritty 5, not really that good, because how are you going to get him status conditioned? Yeah, kind of a problem. But, so his base kit, not really that amazing, and his grid expansion, I'll be honest, it's not bad, but it didn't really give him what we kind of would want him to have. So overall, as like a massive overview here, he's got Super Desperate, which is fine, I guess, if you're going against a Fighting League stage, but I just wouldn't even pick it up, especially because you don't have much like energy to pick it up. You got Sharp Entry 1, so if you don't have reliable crit buffing, then this guy can help with that. But generally, if you're going to go for crit buffers, they either can max crit easily, or you can go for like a move point refresh, so it doesn't really make much of a difference, so I would never really pick it up. Brawling Acceleration 2, just generic, support, or, gauge management stuff. Stamina Reserve 4, whatever. Every time he's in a pinch, he gets 4 gauge. Outrun 2, charges move gauge when the user is affected by a status condition. Again, it's going to be difficult to give him a status condition unless he is in like your support slot, which I don't know why you would do that. Staggering 2, which is actually really, really solid. 30% chance to flinch on every attack. That's not bad, especially when he has Rock Smash, so you can do, defense debuffing. Super Duper Effective 2, so, you can pick that up as well. Get some extra damage in with Drain Punch. Sync Nodes, of course. Tough Sync 3, powers up user's defense, or sync move when its defense is raised. That's also really, really solid, so, 30% buff there. It's not the best, but it could be worse. Well, actually, I want to look at this. Okay, yeah, I figured. Whatever. All down to this Berserker 1, so he's able to buff his attack using his trainer move as well, and he's able to get, max attack and defense in 3 turns. Safety Tether, applying endurance after he uses his sync move, which is good, but you probably won't really pick it up. Maybe like the Legendary Gauntlet or something like that, but it's also kind of niche. Relentless, which is actually really, really solid. This is his only real multiplier here. Powers up his moves the more target's defense is lowered. That's good. Honor Roll 1, which makes his Rock Smash go from a 50% defense drop to a guaranteed defense drop. And then Rock Smash, insult to injury. More defense is lowered, more powers up the move. Not really that amazing. So he didn't really gain too much, and he doesn't have any effect in here, so obviously I went for this grid. Super Duper Effective 2, Relentless, Tough Sync 3, and Staggering 2. Mostly just Sync and like DPS stuff, and then Staggering 2 for flinches. But there's actually no Fighting League stage out at the moment. I might be wrong about that. I'm quite certain that there isn't a Fighting League stage out right now. Is there? No Fighting League stage out, so yeah. We're going to go with the initial plan, which was go to Tapu Bulu's Legendary Arena and just try to, see what he can do off-type. I know I never reviewed Clay for the fact that there was never a Ground Week stage out whenever I needed it to be until, like, a month later. I'm not kidding. It was around a month later when we finally got a Ground, Champion Stadium stage. So we're just going to go against Tapu Bulu here. I cannot speak. Just see what he can do off-type. So I guess, take into consideration that, like, whatever damage he's doing here, it would be a lot better in, like, an on-type setting. I don't expect him to be too amazing. I really, really don't, but we're just going to have to see what he can do. We've got Signasu Aura Cynthia here for crit buffing, Fighting Zone, defense buffs for his, innate multiplier, stuff like that. We've got Lickitung and the main character in order to apply very, very quick defense debuffs, which is very, very nice. Cynthia's big issue here, obviously, is, like, you're going to have to sync with her every time you want to keep Fighting Zone, so that definitely could be a problem, but overall, you really cannot do much about that, so that's just kind of how they designed Cynthia. I might grid her with Adrenaline, and then also give her, like, I can't think. I might give her, like, Adrenaline as a lucky skill, and then grid her with Adrenaline, so then we can, like, work with that. We're going to go for the sync with Cynthia here. 1.5k on the Drain Punch. Not amazing, but definitely could be worse as well. Then we'll go for X Speed. -4 defense, though, as well. So you got to consider that reason as well for why it did as much as it even did, which wasn't much to begin with. Also got to raise our own defense here as well. Go for that Drain Punch. Since we're having some gauge issues, I might as well just go for, like, Rock Smash and see if we can get some defense debuffs in there as well. Go for X Speed, sure, whatever. He is currently flinched, and if we go for this vacuum wave, there we go. Okay, so now we're good. That was actually pretty powerful. That was actually a pretty powerful move. Let's see what this move here can do. Really, it ran out. Even with the quad Q, well, not quad Q, but whatever. It ran out. Okay. So, max debuff defense, no fighting zone, 15,000. With 3 sync buffs, though. Well, no, 2 sync buffs. Definitely not the greatest, but, like, if you're also going, like, on-type, which generally I think most people would want to go on-type when using this guy, it wouldn't be too bad. It would not be. Go for Vacuum Wave there, sure, I guess. He is very, very reliable in his healing, though, as well. So, like, if you're in, like, a Legendary Gauntlet or something, and you're just using him as the side... If you have, like, a crit buffer for the whole team, you can just, like, hit an X attack twice, and then he'll be able to, like, really reliably heal himself up. Let's go for another Drain Punch here. And then we'll go for Trainer Move, I guess. I'm going to keep syncing with Cynthia just to maintain, you know, fighting zone and whatnot. I also need that gauge. So what's this Drain Punch going to do? Four sync buffs. 4 sync buffs. 5,000 off-type Drain Punch. Not the greatest, of course, especially when comparing to, like, units we have today. But for, like, a free-to-play 4-star support, it's not absolutely abysmal. 8k with the 2 Fizz moves next. So, sure, whatever. I don't have much else to showcase about this guy, honestly. Like, the best thing he's got is, like, obviously damage and a Sync Nuke, but his Sync Nuke doesn't really even hit that hard. Like, all things considered. I'm not going to be able to get it up here either, so that sucks. Yeah, Vacuum Wave. I need to grid Cynthia with Adrenaline. I keep forgetting to do my Legendary Gauntlet stages. Oh no, I need to do Legendary Gauntlet stages. Okay. It's kind of just a more, not like an actual note I'm trying to do in the video, but I'm trying to set a mental reminder now because I forgot to do my Legendary Gauntlet stuff. Oh well. 3k Drain Punches here without the fighting zone, so not the greatest, of course. As well as, you know, having like 5 sync buffs, so there was that. Overall, Marshal, not too great, not too great. If you're gonna use a fighting support, or not fighting support, a fighting like attacker or like elite 4 member even, just use Bruno. Like, Bruno's just so much better in all, like, every way. So, like, Bruno here, better attack stat, 363 compared to Marshal's. If I had him at 5 stars, which is what Bruno's at, he would have 361. So he's Bruno's still better by 2 points. Cross Chop, 120 base damage. Sure, Marshal heals, but still, it doesn't really make much of a difference. He has an innate multiplier with Crit Strike 2. I actually don't think I have him gridded. Lucky Skills, Acuity. Why did I give him Acuity? Accuracy cannot be lower. Oh yeah, because I was going against the Fighting Week stage that had accuracy drops. That was fun. Anyway. Again, Crit Strike 2, so there's a 20% multiplier that's very easy to get. Cross Chop, Smart Cookie, Special Defenses raise more powers with users' moves. He can get Super Preparation. He can get all this stuff. So, Bruno is just overall better, in my opinion, when it comes to attacking. He can be used as a defense debuffer, so, like, if you're going into Legendary Gauntlet, I like using Legendary Gauntlet as an example, because it's the game mode where you're going to have to be, you know, really managing your resources. If you have a crit buffer or something like that, his Drain Punches will make him a really sustainable, like, healer or whatever. So he's going to be able to not take that much damage, especially when he's able to buff his own defense by 3 and, like, a charge move gauge. So he can do a little bit of utility there, as well as doing a little bit of, you know, bulk, even though his defense stat really sucks. And his special defense stat's horrible. But anyway, yeah, Drain Punch definitely could be useful there, especially if you can somehow apply gradual healing as well. He'll be healing a lot. Rock Smash, if you pick up on a roll on his grid, then he's going to be guaranteed debuffing defense, but honestly, that's not really that amazing, especially when you use, like, you know, Kukui, the Eggmon Lickitung over here, Eggmon Kangaskhan, other Rock Smash units like Classic Red, those type of things. But it's still something he can do, so there is that. And then obviously got Staggering 2 here, which is great. His speed's not his speed stat sucks, but if you need to, like, kind of manage that, he's got his Trainer move, which you can go for NPR on if you want to really, you know, have some gauge fixing there, so, you know, you can go for that NPR. And then Rock Smash over here, you can also go for defense debuffs and stuff like that as well in, like, Legendary Gauntlet type of setting. So he can be very diverse there, but it just kind of depends on what you really want him to do. Do you want him to debuff defense? Do you want him to be bulky with Drain Punch? Do you want him to charge gauge with his Trainer move? Stuff like that. Or do you want him to be a sync user? Do you want him to do the main damage? But yeah, I don't have much else to showcase about Marshall there. You saw what he was able to do with Drain Punch and his Sync move and whatnot. Sadly, Cynthia here is not very, very great at consistently keeping up Fighting Zone. I will give her Adrenaline, though, so honestly, probably not going to do a... Probably not going to do a, like... No, she has Head Start 1, not... Adrenaline. Okay, I don't know about that. Whatever. I'll figure that out later. But yeah. Overall, not too amazing of a unit, but not the worst grid expansion I've seen. I mean, we still have, like, Marlin. His grid expansion is definitely down there for some of the worst I've seen. But anyway, guys, I think that's going to do it for this video. Let me know what you think about Marshal and Conkeldurr down in the comments below. And that's going to be it for this video. Hope you all enjoyed.